Why is Nanjing the literary capital of the world? Point to the Qinhuai River behind me. In the shadow of the ore, sound and light, it's not just the moans of Zhu Ziqing and Yu Pingbo. It flows with endless literature. This should be like Haidewa Yuan's. What does the heavy snow look like in Shishuat Jin Yu? It should also be at dusk. Slanting sunlight casts upon Wu Lane. There is also what Wu Jingzi wrote in the Scholars. Outer History. He said that Nanjing's vegetable servants and bartenders all have the sense of the Sixth Dynasty. However, this is not the most important answer. Why Nanjing is of great significance to literature. The password is all lying in the face of these naive people, because they came from the Sixth Dynasty. Elegance is a warm breeze of the time, blowing the seeds of literature to Nanjing, weighing here, struggling to grow. At first, I didn't really understand why Nanjing is the literary capital of the world. Because a lot of cities are places where literati and writers have lingered. So just talking about literati lingering, it is not an important reason. So here are the following reasons. I discovered it while reading an article written by Mr. Ho Shioshi. The city has the vastness of a great river, the towering mountain of Zhongshan, the fantastic landscape of Puhou, the twists and turns of Qinhuai River, the joy of Fangshan, the tranquility of Xia. They are enough to be the inspiration of many writers. Nanjing is a city full of mountains and rivers. In fact, landscape literature began in Nanjing. Literature changes from personnel to landscape, opening up a new realm. This is why Mr. Hu thinks the first point of Nanjing's contribution to literature. Secondly, literature was not literary from the beginning. And, as Mr. Hu said, since Nanjing, literature can prove its value. In the Han Dynasty, literature also has a high status. Emperor Wu of the Han Dynasty liked poems called Fu, but he viewed it as an entertainment. So, Yang Xiong's Fu is very good. He's not proud of it either. So, Mr. Hu thinks during the Sixth Dynasty, in the Southern Dynasty, 438 AD, after the establishment of the Literature Museum in Qilongshan, Nanjing, literature got rid of the inherent ideas of the Western Han Dynasty and become an elegant one, a discipline respected by others. And on this literary path that I am now walking on, you can always come and have a look. There are a lot of literary scenes here now. There used to be the home of Sedi Literature Group, including Liangwu Emperor Xiaoyan and some of his good friends. They often recited poems and composed poems here. The road I am taking now, maybe Xiao walked by, Xiaoyan walked by. Thirdly, Mr. Hu thinks that is the independence of criticism. It is of great significance to literature in Nanjing. In Nanjing, I can tell you about a book that everyone is familiar with. It's called The Literary Mind and the Carving of Dragon. The most important proposition of the book is creating writing for emotion rather than creating feelings for literature. That's the truth. It's simple because I have feelings in my heart. I just wrote an article consequently, not for the aim of writing an article for the emperor, though I was desperately trying to get emotional. How significant it is to be pushed out in Nanjing. On the literary path, you can usually hear the song of water in the river in this pavilion. Now you can hear it. It is read in ancient rhyme. This is a deep well device specially made by the literary living room for this literary path. Why am I talking about this here? Because the fourth point made by Mr. Hu is very difficult for everyone to understand. He said that the rhythm and palace literature came from Nanjing. It was born in Nanjing. Then why is this matter so important? The history of the sound rate of ancient pop songs started here. For example, as small as a couplet, as big as the quatrain of poetry. Why do they sound good? Why do we say narrow and flat? This is where it all started. So what is palace literature? Palace literature is simply pure lyrical poetry. There are a lot of lyrical poems that can stir the mood of us. However, apart from what Mr. Hu said, I would like to say more. The Six Dynasties left few traces on this city. After the army of Sui destroyed the city, before the discovery of the ruins of meritorious men, the only thing that can be used as a certificate of the Six Dynasties, it's the Southern Dynasty stone carving in the suburb. But the words stayed. Nostalgia of the Six Dynasties, it is still the eternal motif that writers flock to. From Li Bai to Dumu to Li Shanyin to Wei Shuang, we can all find the motif. Literature in Nanjing did not annihilate words. Because of the annihilation of the Sixth Dynasty, literature has always been here, and it's still growing.